Hey guys, today we're doing something a little different. We're still going to review a tea, but the video may go over Reddit's time limit, so we may have to post this to YouTube and then post it to Reddit. But today I'm going to give you a little rundown on the tools I use for brewing Gong Fu. So, while the water's boiling, let us begin. Number 1, you have your gaiwan. This is where you brew the tea. It translates to lidded bowl, and it comes in a variety of different shapes and sizes. Finding one that fits you best is always a good thing. You have your gong dao bai, which is also known as the fairness cup. This is what you pour your gaiwan into. You can pour it straight into the cups, but pouring it into the gong dao bai gives you more of a fair flavor, hence why it's called a fairness cup, because the flavor will change depending on what part of the brew you put in your cups. So this makes the brew all the same. And lastly, we have our tea pet. This is what you pour tea onto, usually with your first rinse, and this is to bring you good luck and good tea. And that is just the rundown on all my teaware. So you'll see me pouring water onto Caleb, and he will hopefully bring me good tea and good luck. And so far, he's brought me pretty good tea. I don't know about luck. But anyway, we're going to move on to the tea review. Okay, so for today's tea, we have some Gang Gushu. I'm sure I'm not saying it right, but this is a white tea. And they say to brew it at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to roll with that because the guy who sent me this seems to know what he's doing. So I'm going to do that. So I forgot to show you guys the tea leaves, but a brief description, it looks like white tea. That's about as close as I can get. So we're going to let that brew for a couple minutes. And, well, not even a minute or so, but you may also be wondering what this is. This is just a filter that came with one of my tea sets. We're just pouring up the tea now. So this is the first rinse. This is what we give to Caleb, who is my tea pet. Let's give a sniff. Smells very leafy. Well, somebody yelled at me for using the term green, but I say that green is a flavor. It might be because I'm like autistic or something, but green is a flavor. I don't care. Green is a flavor. You're not going to dissuade me. It's like grass and leaves and nature. That's what green is. Okay. So, next we're going to pour our second rinse in. And we're going to do that. So, we let that go. We put our tea stuff together. Caleb, I hope you enjoyed the tea. You've got such cute little ears. Okay, now we're going to pour our second rinse. The second rinse is what you actually drink. I would go into a more in-depth video about my teaware and stuff, but I wanted to fit in the Reddit thing, so we're going to pour the tea here, and then we're going to come back once it's cooled. Okay. I think the tea has had time to cool. Yes, I think it has. So we're going to give it a taste. It has a very full, rounded flavor. It's a little naturey, but it's very light. It's not creamy like the Preaching Ming, but it's definitely very fresh tasting. It tastes like it was just harvested or something like that. And it's very good. So, with that is my review. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.